If you're going to try to start going to the gym, you don't just wake up one morning and then just go to the gym. It's not going to happen, right? Like you got to prepare like, hey, I'm going to go to bed the night early. I'm going to, drink a lot of water. You're going to put yourself in position to go have a great workout and try to make that a sustainable change. Good morning and welcome to another Motivational Monday. My name is Matthew Hodge, Executive Vice President here at LPT Realty, joining you from LPT headquarters here in Lake Mary, Florida. I'm going to bring in Robert Palmer, founder and CEO, who is joining us from Houston, Texas.
No.
I believe he flew in yesterday. No, not there?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Dallas, Texas. That's where you are today. That's where. I'm mixing it all up, man. You're never in one spot.
Darnell, I'm not in Houston, brother. I see Darnell Fires in the chat. We're up in Dallas.
Dallas, that's where you are. And so you're always in a different place. So, but I'm happy to see you, man. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Yeah.
I hunkered down, spent time with the fam. I'm going to be traveling this week. So, had to get some time. And we left super early this morning. Jet took off at like 6 a.m. So I gave Reagan a little hug and a kiss, woke her up and put her back to bed. But just a little family weekend since I'm going to be on the road this week.
Yeah, that's right, man. That's right. Well, we're excited to jump right in today. As promised, last week we talked about Broker of the Month, and we said we're going to do Broker of the Week for a month because we were a bit behind. And I think it's most fitting that you're in Texas. So go ahead and introduce Broker of the Month today.
Yeah, last month's Broker of the Month. We were on 2 months. Now we're on last month's Broker of the Month. Big congratulations to Shay Cotter. If we can get that graphic up, Davey. Shay has been with us for a long time now, does an absolutely amazing job. He's a regional director and a managing broker over the state of Texas. I think he might have moved from Houston to Dallas. I think I heard that. I know originally Shay was in Houston. He was the chair of the Houston Association of Realtors, but I think I heard he may be in Dallas now. So I got to figure that out. Maybe I'll look Shay up while I'm in town. Congratulations, Shay. We appreciate everything you do, man. And I know your Texas agents across the state love you and the entire amazing broker team here in the state of Texas.
That's right. That is right. And he also is an artist. So if you ever go see him live, let me know. I try to follow Davey wherever he goes. So I'd love to see Shay as well. So awesome, man. Congratulations. All right. We're going to jump right into some market updates. I know we got a lot to cover today. We want to make sure we got enough time allocated to each section. So market updates, what is happening? Like it feels like every moment the sand is shifting. So where are we this week?
I think this is the problem with like geopolitical, global conflict, war. Like we just don't know. And the problem is like normally economic stuff tends to like run on a schedule and it can resolve itself. That does not work that way when we're talking about, geopolitical, escalation in the Middle East. So inflation reading came in really hot last week. Not excited to see that at all. Being driven by energy prices, being driven by, again, the conflict in the Middle East. Here's a couple of headlines from Inman and Housing Wire. Inflation is surging again, what it means for the housing market. Housing Wire, mortgage rates are at yearly highs, but housing demand is still positive. So that's the piece we're really watching. Have rates just been so high long enough now that buyers are just going to shrug it off, right? Is this just the new state of doing business is, hey, rates are high. And so while we know that rates coming down will create more demand, create more activity, create more inventory, it's looking like we may be able to have a somewhat healthy housing market at these rates, which if you think about it, makes sense. I mean, you go back a decade, this is where rates were. We just got spoiled for so long with these ultra low rates. But at some point, consumers will just say, you know what, this is what rates are. And the nice part about that is it will make the boom even bigger when it finally comes, right? When rates finally do drop, we're going to have an even bigger boomsday if we're coming out of a healthy housing market. So instead of going from, 4 million annualized home sales to maybe 4.6, 4.8, maybe we go from 4.5 to like back into the low fives, right? So a lot of opportunity there. We're definitely watching it. A lot of newness around this. There's talk of a potential Fed rate hike. I mean, so we have our new Fed chair. I think that's our next slide. This is the thing that we've been waiting for. So Kevin Warsh has now been confirmed as the Fed chair, as mortgage lenders look for stability, as the entire industry, I think the entire financial world looks for stability from the new Fed chair. Jay Powell is out. Can't say I'm going to miss him. Early on, I was obviously a Jay Powell fan. I actually started to lose faith a little bit when they actually had rates go too low during the pandemic, right? We never needed rates to be as low as they were. We could have had all of the housing momentum, all of the refinance momentum, all of the offset of the pandemic without rates going into the twos. And so I was upset with him back then. I've stayed upset with him since. Glad to see him go. Welcome, Kevin Warsh. But Kevin's got his hands full. I mean, inflation ticking back up, the geopolitical, conflict going on, the war. There's actually traders now betting on a Fed rate hike. So we're just going to keep seeing what's going on. I did trim the beard up a little bit. Since I'm going to be stuck with it looks like, for the foreseeable future, I'm going to keep it looking nice. But yeah, rates are not great, but the consumer is proving resilient. So we'll keep our eyes on it.
All right. Okay, so let's flip to some industry news, and more specifically, like I get we're talking about what happens and how the consumer is going through their experience, but let's talk about industry-wise. What are we battling in the industry? It seems like there's all this consolidation happening. There's people suing each other. Like, what is happening in the industry now?
Yeah, and so again, we really talk a lot about stay focused, keep your head down. We do want to touch on big headlines because we don't want you to try to figure it out on your own or feel like we're not here. So the big headline that I just want to point out is, Zillow is now suing Compass, right? They resolved their last round of litigation. Now there's new litigation. So for those of you following along, Compass recently cut deals with 3 or 4 MLSs across the country, agreeing to give them all of Compass's listing inventory for the entire country, and then subsidizing agents from other markets who want to join that MLS. So it'd be like us, and maybe we'll do this. I mean, we're having internal strategy decisions. It'd be like us going to an amazing MLS, maybe like HAR, Houston here down the road, one of the biggest, best run MLSs in the country, and saying, hey, we think that our LPT agents should join more than one MLS, or hey, we think you should even become a potential national MLS. So I'm going to help LPT agents join your Houston Association of Realtors, no matter where they live in the country. And so we're going to write you a big check. And in return, we want you to support our agenda around private listings. And so Compass has been on that path. We're watching it. We may reach out to a few of those MLSs and understand, because we've got a pretty good agent count, right? MLSs care about one thing: how many dues paying members do they have from a financial standpoint? We got a lot of dues paying members inside of this brokerage. And so if this becomes one of the new currencies that big brokerages, big national brokerages, there's only 5 or 6 of us that have significant agent count, not franchise offices, right? This is where like a Keller Williams is at a disadvantage, because each of their under their brand, each of their offices is independently owned and operated. That's a franchise. So they don't have the unified agent count the way a company like us does or Compass does. So if this ends up being the new battleground, know that we will be right there with everybody else, figuring out how to work out deals with MLSs to help them go national, because we have enough agent count to do that. But at this point, I just want to make everybody aware this is out there and it is something we're watching. And if I think it becomes an issue, we'll talk more about it. But right now, I'm still kind of leaving it in the noise category, but we're watching it. We're having conversations, and we're making sure, how do we best position LPT in a world where, if this is where things go, if the highest national agent count, which I really think is anything above about 25,000, allows you to start having influence over MLSs, well, we'll play that game too.
That's right. I like the way you describe that, as putting things in like, hey, here's what you should know about what's happening in the economy. And then here's the noise bucket. Like, maybe still pay attention to it, but don't allow it to distract you from what's really important, which is running your business and serving the consumer at the highest level. Yeah. So I think we're going to continue to put those buckets out. We got to get some graphics for that. The noise bucket. I love that. Okay, cool. Well, let's talk.
Sound effect, right?
Yeah.
Noise
Yes.
Effect. Yeah.
That'd be perfect. Okay. Well, let's talk about FallCon and what is happening there. We know that people are thirsty for knowledge. People want to know what's working in today's market. We have one of the most open sharing ecosystems, I would say, out of any industry here at LPT. And so how are we thinking about FallCon? What's next around the corner? Let's get some clarity there.
I was down at the RP Funding Center last week, did a building tour. Really exciting. I'll tell you, one of the benefits of having the conference in a building that I have my name on is we have a lot of control about what goes on. And so as we were walking through the building, I just have to tell you, like, contrasting to last year, where we were at the Marriott World Center, fantastic venue, pros at holding conventions, but as on the walkthrough, I'm coming up with ideas, and it's just like, no, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. That's against our rules, whatever, because I have a lot of creative ideas. And so this time, complete contrast, we're walking through the RP Funding Center, and I'm like, can we do this? Can we do that? And they're like, your name's on the building. You can do pretty much anything you want. So that was a really, really cool experience. And I know that we're going to be able to create an absolutely amazing, untouchable real estate conference is what we're going to put on for FallCon this year, because we have the control of the building. We have the control of the content. Like, it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And so really got me excited going through there and doing the walkthrough. So that's great. We're getting there. FallCon tickets are selling. We closed out the early bird VIP last week. I had a lot of folks grab those tickets last minute. Still running early bird on the certifications and on the general admission, where you can still get those buddy passes. And today we're going to unveil the third certification. A lot of people have been wondering, what's that third certification going to be? So we're going to get into that right here on Motivational Monday. So as a reminder, though, we've got 3 ticket levels. General admission ticket, $299. We want to make that absolutely accessible to everybody. That's going to get you into the main stage content. It's going to get you into the expo. It's going to get you into the breakouts. It's going to get you into most of the conference, $299. We wanted to make that absolutely as affordable as possible so we can get everybody there. Also, very affordable hotel prices in Lakeland, Florida, where the RP Funding Center is. Then we have a second level of ticket, which is our certifications. So agents who want to be a part of that certification track with me, I'll be teaching 3 certifications again this year. That will be mixed in again with the main stage content and everything else. $1,099 is that certification ticket. Buddy passes are still there as well. And then VIP tickets still available, but the buddy pass no longer included. And those are $25.99. So FallCon 2026, you can scan the QR code here. You can jump into Connect. You can grab your tickets. And I guess if we want to do the drum roll, we'll recap the existing certifications, and I'll get into the final certification, which I am super excited about. We're taking things to a totally different level with this third certification.
Looking forward to that. Yeah. And I love, again, that it's got a track for everybody. So, if you are unsure, if financially just doesn't make sense for you, at least get the $299. Your business will benefit from it. You will appreciate the ability to grow from the event. And then if you've got it in a different place and you want to enjoy it at a different level, cool. Pick your entry point. But the point is that we are making it as accessible as possible for everybody to make their way to FallCon, because we want to see you. We want to grow with you. We want to hone our skills all together. And there's nothing like being in person. We love virtual, but being in person is just absolutely amazing. So definitely looking forward to that and love the flexibility there. So great job, team, for figuring that out. All right. So what do we have? Third certification. People probably want to know, what's it going to be?
Yeah, so we need to recap the first 2 first, if we can get those slides up, Davey. So we've unveiled the first 2, right? So number 1, certification and system certification is AI Unfair Advantage 2026. So last year we did the AI Advantage. This year we're doing the AI Unfair Advantage. We're updating it. AI has changed so much over the past 6 or 7 months. We know it will continue to change as we get into FallCon. We'll probably have some type of AI certification going on for the years to come, as fast as that technology is moving. So again, this year AI Advantage is upgraded to AI Unfair Advantage 2026. Number 2, we have Listing Power Breakthrough Marketing Blueprint. This is really going deep on listing marketing, how you leverage those listings to get more buyer opportunities, holding open houses, everything about listing power. A lot of that's going to be a revamp of the book Listing Power that I wrote a decade ago. Maybe we get an updated version of that out that we surprise people with at FallCon. We'll see. So that's the second certification. So then drum roll, the third certification coming out. I think it's on the next slide here. Nope. I got details of the first 2. All right. Yeah. So we can talk through this. So what is AI Unfair Advantage 26? AI SEO and authority stack, right? How do you make sure that you're the agent being surfaced? A lot of consumers are asking AI, what agent should I hire? Why should I hire him? I'm trying to sell my house. What steps should I take? That's going to happen more. How do you use AI in marketing, lead nurturing, consumer nurturing, presentations, listing presentations, buyer presentations, video, lead conversion, the whole 9 yards. We're going to take you through it for productivity, transactions, everything you could need for the AI Unfair Advantage updated for 2026. Next slide. Now we get into the 3 certifications. All right. So becoming an IDOS certified guide. So our third certification is going to be all about individual definition of success. It's a phrase you hear me talk about a lot. I have been in the lab putting all of those ideas in and applying IDOS to all parts of your life. Okay. Guiding your clients, guiding your people, guiding your family, and guiding yourself. All right, so this IDOS certification, this becoming an IDOS certified guide, is about how you use IDOS, individual definition of success, across all of these facets of your life. So I know we have some detailed slides here. Let's go through that. We can kind of talk through a little bit of each of those. So guiding your clients, right? So I think when we talk about IDOS inside of the brokerage a lot, it's me talking about my desire to help all of you achieve your individual definition of success. But what we realize is that same framework, that same understanding, that same belief that if I can understand what someone else is trying to achieve, what does success mean to them? Well, that applies to our clients as well. When you're helping someone buy or sell real estate, it's one of the largest transactions of their life. And so understanding how that client's definition of success impacts that transaction will change the way you communicate. It will change the way you connect. It will change the way you build rapport, and it will help you build stronger relationships with your clients and more referrals from those clients because you're meeting them where they are, right? We can't always go in and assume, oh, well, for a seller, their definition of success is to get the most money for their house. Maybe their definition of success is to move as quickly as possible. Maybe it has nothing to do with that. Maybe there's something going on with a family member or a child. So teaching you how to understand and uncover that client's individual definition of success so you can build deeper, more meaningful relationships with your clients, because that's the piece of us that AI can never replace, the portals can never replace, and IDOS is taking that one step further by truly teaching you how to engage with your clients on that deep level. And so this is the one I talk about the most, right? You all are my people. How do we use IDOS? How do we build a brokerage to honor people's IDOS? Right? How do we help team leaders build teams that honor their team members' IDOS? And so how do you use that in your life? How do you guide your people? And your people can mean your referral partners. It can mean your team members. It can mean your transaction coordinator. It can mean your home inspector, to your stager, to your photographer. We all have people. We're all entrepreneurs, no matter what level we're operating at in this business. And we're going to talk about how unlocking those people's IDOS, those vendors' IDOS, those team members' IDOS, those agents on the other side of the transactions IDOS. How does unlocking their IDOS and understanding what drives them, what makes them tick? Again, how do we use that to build the deeper relationships? How do we use that to help our business grow and ultimately do a better job for our clients? All right, next up, guide your family. This one's really important to me. And this is something new, right? We, as a brokerage, we talk a lot about how we help you succeed in real estate. I really feel compelled to take it one step further. How do we help you use IDOS inside of your family to be a better husband, to be a better wife, to be a better father, to be a better mother, to be a better son or a better daughter? Yeah, how do we help our family thrive? How do we look at our kids, our siblings, our parents, our loved ones through the frame of their individual definition of success? So again, we can help them be the best version of themselves, which ultimately helps us be the best version of us. And so again, we're going to go deeper here. As a part of this IDOS certification, we're going to dig into how you apply these principles, how you apply this individual definition of success framework to your family, right? The most important relationship unit any of us have, our family. And then finally, how do you guide yourself? Right? How do we use our own understanding of IDOS? How do we look at our individual definition of success through a lens that helps us identify where can we be better? Where do we need to work on things? What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? How does our IDOS interface with and compare to our families, our friends, our people, our clients? And so really going deep on the individual definition of success across all four of these surfaces: your clients, your people, your family, and yourself. And so I'm really excited about this. I'm putting a lot of effort into this, writing out the IDOS framework and making sure that everyone who's a part of our certification track can leave FallCon with a deep understanding of how you can use the IDOS framework that I've used in my life to create more success across relationships, across business, across your loved ones, because that's the key to a fulfilled life. That's the key to a happy life. And so as a part of that, we have our certified guide, our IDOS certified guide badge, that everyone who goes through the certification will receive that designation, and really excited to bring this new dimension to FallCon this year with the IDOS certified guide.
I love it, man. And it's so interesting because when you're with your family, you don't really ask the questions. Like, ask your kids, like, hey, what is your version of success? And maybe you have to frame it a little bit differently, but
And that's what we're going to teach you how to do, how to
yeah,
frame it. Not just
that's
coming out
right.
and saying like, because you're not going to get the right answer, right? You can't
Correct.
you can't sit down with a client and say, well, what's your definition of success? Or a kid, what's your definition of success? We gotta show you how to pull it out of them, how to understand it, how to ascertain it without just going head on. I think that's a lot of the magic of this certification.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm excited for it. And inevitably, when you are even asking these questions, you kind of self-reflect and it can help sharpen or even change what you thought your version of success is. And so I think it brings a lot of clarity. And again, our industry is always so, I guess you could say, chaotic, right? We're in a high rejection business, and sometimes your little North Star gets a little bit moved over. What you started at the beginning of the week may not be the definition of success by the end of the week. So having something anchored in and what you're ultimately trying to accomplish and how you can, get there through consistency and measurable steps, like it is so important because you start to actually move in a direction. When you don't have the framework for it, when you don't have the guidance, when you don't have the formula, you can really kind of spin in any direction. We've seen a lot of entrepreneurs waste a lot of energy that way. So I'm super excited for this personally to see how it impacts me on a professional level and also a personal level, and how we can continue to impact our community by bringing this information. So super, super excited for that.
So we got another big FallCon surprise.
That's right.
We're launching the road to FallCon. And so one of the things that we realized last year is we can't get it all done during the couple of days we're together. And so we are launching the Road to FallCon, which is going to be 12 weeks of live Zooms between now and the actual event starting on June 8th. All right, I'm going to lead all of those. We're going to move them to right after Motivational Monday. So it'll be every Monday. We're going to be moving our Team Growth Mastermind to a different slot. All you guys watching will get a notification from Shayna. Starting on June 8th, Road to FallCon will happen immediately following Motivational Monday. It will be available to any current FallCon ticket holders. All right, so whether you're a general admission ticket holder, a certification ticket holder, or a VIP ticket holder, you have to be a ticket holder in order to participate in the Road to FallCon. So the sooner you get your tickets, the sooner you can participate in the Road to FallCon content. Really excited about this. It's going to be preparation. It's going to be giving you that assignments to look and be ready and be thoughtful. If you remember last year at FallCon, I was very purposeful that I didn't hand out the workbooks until the next morning because, in my words, we weren't ready yet. You weren't ready yet to receive those. I needed to get you in the right mind frame. And so what we're doing this year is we're going to be using the 12 weeks of Road to FallCon to get everyone into the right mental frame, the right mental mind frame to be ready to get the maximum value out of the 3 days of the conference, because we've got so much to get in there and so much to pack in. So that's the Road to FallCon. Next slide, the first Road to FallCon, Unlocking the Power of IDOS, Monday, June 8th, for anyone who's already purchased a ticket to FallCon. So again, the sooner you get your tickets, the sooner you can get involved with the Road to FallCon. Unlocking the Power of IDOS. I'm going to be going deeper, again, laying the foundation, laying some homework. This is not a replacement for the certification. The deepest, hardest hitting content will be live at the RP Funding Center during FallCon, but we're going to start setting you up. We're going to start putting you in position to be successful, to get ready for the conference, to start thinking about what you can do to prepare so we can get the most out of our 3 days in person together. Because look, I understand the expense of travel, the expense of the ticket. It's a big deal. It's a big commitment. And I'm committed to setting you up for success in that event. And so I'm going to be doing 12 additional Zooms during those 12 weeks, live every week with you all, to make sure that I am putting you in the best possible position to succeed when you arrive at the RP Funding Center, because I always want you to get a massive return on your investment. Whenever we ask you to pay for something, we ask you to buy a ticket, we ask you to travel, I take that seriously. I understand how hard everybody on this call works for their money, and we want to make sure that we drive maximum value, and Road to FallCon is a part of that.
I love that, man. The way I think about it is like, if you're going to try to start going to the gym, you don't just wake up one morning and then just go to the gym. It's not going to happen, right? Like, you got to prepare, like, hey, I'm going to go to bed the night early. I'm going to, drink a lot of water. You're going to put yourself in position to go have a great workout and try to make a sustainable change. And so I think about this as the same way. Like, you have to prepare your mind on the way there to understand, here's what I'm going there to try to understand at a deeper level. Here's the gaps in understanding that I currently have. And so I'm going here to find these specific answers. If you go in just blank, yeah, you're going to get value from it, absolutely. But you're going to get so much more prepared, understanding what you need to still learn and what you're interested in to go deeper on. So I love this a Road to FallCon idea. 12 weeks, of nuggets for you to start thinking about so that you can fully extract the opportunity at FallCon. I love this, man. This is going to be so exciting. I cannot wait. I'm going to be part of these too. I know that I'm on the other side of it, but I'm doing these exercises along with you. So definitely looking forward to this.
Yeah, look, it's good for us too, because it's a way to surface questions. If there's things we need to go deeper on, maybe something is super obvious to me and I didn't think to go deeper on it in these Road to FallCon sessions, give an opportunity for you all to, to kind of share with us and let us know, hey, these are things we need to learn more about. We will figure out, I'm glad people are bringing up the buddy pass. We'll figure out a system for the buddy pass. So you don't have to assign your buddy pass until you get closer if you don't want to. But if you do know for sure who your buddy is, right, which is anyone who is not currently an LPT agent, we will come up with a mechanism where they can get in on those Road to FallCon sessions as well. Okay, so next slide, and I'm going to put out there, yes, we are giving you reasons to buy your ticket now, right? We want you to be prepared. We want you to lock in. We want you to buy your ticket today. We are all terrible as entrepreneurs about procrastination, waiting to the last minute. So part of this Road to FallCon is we want to start engaging now. We want to start preparing you now, all right? And so lots of exciting stuff coming up, right? We're going to be talking about the pay at close option coming back. I'm going to get into that next. Access to exclusive Road to FallCon live sessions. The FallCon buddy passes are currently available. And then one more cool thing we're going to do is starting next week, we're going to draw winners each week from folks who have already purchased a FallCon ticket to win some type of special prize that you can't buy. And so one of those, an example, is the ability to sit backstage with us during a session. So I'm basically going to set up a couch backstage in the theater at the RP Funding Center. And so we're going to draw names of people who have already bought FallCon tickets who will be able to watch one of the sessions of FallCon from that couch right there on the stage, right up there with us, with the speakers, with myself. So again, that's one of the many cool prizes that we're going to be doing. So anyone who has already bought a ticket is entered to win. If you buy your ticket today, you will be in the drawing for next Monday. And so basically that's going to be the cutoff each week. Everyone who buys a ticket through today or before will be in next week's drawing. And then everyone who buys a ticket by the end of next Monday, all the way back to the beginning of time, will be in the following week's drawings. So the sooner you get that ticket, the sooner you're in the drawings. You lock in the ability to be a part of the Road to FallCon. Right now, you lock in those buddy passes because, yeah, we want to know who else is coming. We want to get you not to wait till the last minute. It helps us plan. It helps us engage. And I'm really excited about the thoughtfulness we're putting into this year's event. We're doing a lot of things differently. We learned a lot from last year. We always take your feedback. And I'm so excited about what we're doing right now for FallCon 2026.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome. Just another opportunity for you to, put yourself in a position to win. We're making it as flexible as possible. You talked about the pay at close. Can you guide me through what exactly the details are around that?
Let's jump into it. We've got some slides. So pay at close is back. So we did this last year. So if you guys remember, we had some folks that said, hey, money's tight right now. I just can't put anything in. And so I'm basically going to finance tickets. So I'm putting enough money in to cover 100 FallCon tickets, which will allow you to pay at close. Now you pay a premium. Instead of the $1,099, you got to pay $1,399 because we know there's going to be some folks that don't have a closing. Whatever happens, we're not trying to chase people around for collection issues. We do expect everyone to pay who's at the brokerage, but we know there's going to be a little bit of brokerage. We're having to front the cash. So the pay at closing price is $1,399 instead of $1,099. Pay at closing does come with a buddy pass right now because you're still early bird. I'm currently limiting it to a batch of 100. All right. Once those 100 are gone, we'll revisit. Maybe we do more, maybe we don't. I'm on the fence right now, but there are at least 100 available. So if you want to go grab it, let's show them how they do that, Matt. On the next slide, you can log into Connect. All right.
All right, next slide. There we go.
Next slide. So on Connect, you'll see the FallCon ticket tab. And so pay at close is only available for certification. It's not available for VIP and it's not available for general admission. Pay at closing is only available for the certification level of ticket at $1,399. You'll click here on the FallCon ticket tab. From there, you will see certification plus general admission pay at closing. Your purchase is certificate. Whoop, you guys are jumping around on me here. So you can see it there, $1,399 paid at closing, $0 today. So you basically go out through the checkout process. You agree to the fact that we're going to deduct that from your next closing. But that is the pay at close, and that is open right now inside of LPT Connect. Again, there's 100 of those available because I do want to make this event as accessible as possible. And while I feel like the $299 general admission ticket is pretty easy to buy, I recognize that the $1,099 for pay at closing is a little more. That's a good sized clip. Not everybody has an extra $1,100 laying around. So we're doing pay at closing again, because I want as many people as possible who want to be a part of that certification track to be able to be engaged there. Davey's showing you the others. You go through the steps, you agree to the terms. But again, I want to make FallCon as available as possible to everyone. So again, the $299 general admission ticket is out there. But if you do want to be a part of the certification, you now have the pay at closing option as well. So buy it now option at $1,099, pay at close option $1,399.
Yeah, I love that, man. Again, just another way that we are trying to make it as accessible as possible so that everyone has the ability to benefit from that. And like you talk about individual definition of success, and you were blessed enough to find that early for yourself, because in all of your companies, you've always worked in a way. Could you bring it back to me, please? You've always worked in a way that you have either helped the consumer save money on their purchase, or you're helping the agents who are, coming into the industry, and maybe they're weathering the economic data, and the economic environment, and things are kind of slow, and you're giving them the most runway that they can to be successful in this environment. And it's always been your mission and available in every company that you've run. And so we've got a video that I want to play to kind of, and you can talk about this before we do, but I think it just sums up exactly why these things are so important to have this clarity in what your mission is. Because the earlier you start to define that, maybe some things come along on the lines that enhance that or change it a bit, but you start to hone in and you start going down a path. And I think it's so important. And these type of environments are where those things are shaped. Like, I know it sounds a little bit corny and a little bit like extra, but it truthfully does help define those things. And even if you have a pretty clear idea, it's going to refine it at a different level. You might find some things about yourself or what you're trying to accomplish in your life through your passions that are different. So I'll let you kind of intro the video, Robert. Give us an idea of what we'll be seeing here.
Basically, this idea of doing the individual definition of success as the third certification. It's, for me, like I very much want to teach you how to do things, right? I want to teach you how to use AI. I want to teach you how to market properties. I want to teach you how to step up your price point, where individual definition of success is more about teaching you how to be a better person, teaching you how to engage with other people on a different level. And that's different, right? That's not something that comes as naturally, or I don't think about it, I guess, first. I lean much heavier into the, how do I help you do stuff? Right? Versus how do I help you become better? And it's something I'm really focused on. And so I'll tell you, at SpringCon is when this really locked in for me. And so we had a little mastermind at SpringCon. I got to spend some time with all the attendees. We got to talk about individual definition of success. I got to hear some of the stories of people's individual definitions of success, how the IDOS acknowledgement and framework has helped them in their business. And that really was the moment for me. I said, okay, this is the certification. We're locking in. We're not going to go technical on number 3. We're not going to teach you how to build websites or how to, market this or how to door knock. We're going to teach you how to use this IDOS framework to be better at life overall. And so this video kind of combines my journey of individual definition of success, which goes a lot back to the RP Funding Center, where the conference is, and then some great clips from that SpringCon session that we did around individual definition of success. 19 years ago, I sat in these exact same chairs in this exact same building and graduated high school. 19 years ago, I would have never thought my name would be on this building. My initials, my company name would go up here, and then we'd be able to give back to the community and help do things and amazing things in this very building that seemed so big at that time. My grades weren't all that great. My family wasn't rich. I didn't have this track laid out for me to have my life. It took me a while to figure out that I actually could. And so I want to stand here today as proof for you that no matter where you're sitting out there, what your grades are, what your goals are, if you put your mind to something, you can absolutely do it. And Reagan being born, I think, really was that final piece that got me over the edge. Like looking at her and recognizing that I had accomplished enough in life that she'd never have to worry about our power getting cut off and, me dying because insulin would go bad like I did with my mom. But I realized I needed to do that for more people, that there were more 8-year-olds out there that I needed to help not do that.
LPT inspires me to really live that American dream.
I want to be the grandfather with the resources that I have now that my grandmother never had. That's my individual definition of success.
I see a dream that I'm able to attain, not just what I thought I could, but much further, and helping other people do that at the same time.
I volunteer a lot in my community. I want to do more of that. I want to travel, and you are giving me the opportunity to do all of that.
And I remember sitting with my oldest of our girls and watching your video the first time. We live in Lakeland, so my daughter graduated from RP Funding Center with George Jenkins High School. Woo woo! And, you know, she kind of said, I love what he said.
And I hope that 19 years from now, one of you takes my name off this building and puts your name up there instead.
Like, that could be me. I could take his name off this building.
So I want you to go out there and take over the world and never let anybody hold you down. Congratulations.
What I love about that video, and Robert, what I was alluding to right before the video, is that you had some early childhood experiences that shaped your passion and what you wanted to stand for and how you wanted to, make money, right? Like those two are connected. Like you are passionate about helping people. It showed up in the way that you helped the consumer save money in the very beginning with their mortgages. And then, we switch over to LPT and you're helping entrepreneurs grow their business and redefine how they do business on their own terms and be successful through it. So I love that concept. I love that you found that so early and have the ability to pour into it. So, and we're excited to share that mission with you. And FallCon is going to be a great step in that direction for those who also find that to be their version of success. So super excited about that.
Launching this new dimension, right? Again, LPT going deeper into how you think about your life beyond just real estate, right? How do we help you with the individual definition of success and what that can mean for your family, what that means for yourself? And I feel like this homecoming to the RP Funding Center, and I've shared with everyone why I didn't hold the conferences there earlier. It would have saved us money. It would have given us more control. My self-limiting beliefs. I didn't want to expose that brand. I've been very clear with everyone. I didn't do this to get mortgages. No LPT agents are doing mortgages with RP Funding. And I feel like we're finally at a point where I'm comfortable going into that building with this LPT family. And I think launching this new certification track, which is going to have a very different feel to it around the individual definition of success and those facets. It's really amazing. It's inspiring for me. It's important to me. And I'm so glad to have all of you be a part of it. And so again, I hope to see you all at the RP Funding Center. For those of you that want to be a part of that certification track, I hope that the combination of the pay at close and the other things we're doing to make it more accessible gets you in that room. Otherwise, grab your general admission ticket. We'll see you on the road to FallCon. We'll see you at the RP Funding Center. And Dave, if you want to throw that back up so people can grab those tickets, just really excited about the future. I'm in Dallas, got some exciting stuff happening here. Stay focused on that individual definition of success. Stay focused on being the best version of yourself that you can. We're going to leave you here today with the QR code for the hotel rooms for FallCon, the QR code for the FallCon tickets. I think this opportunity for us to all come together, for us to be that family. A lot of LPT agents have not met each other in person. We're going to hopefully bring thousands of us all together and take over Lakeland. And I'm going to be able to share some stories, from my childhood and, the city that I grew up in, how that shaped my individual definition of success, kind of culminating there at the RP Funding Center and that moment of renaming the Lakeland Civic Center to the RP Funding Center almost 10 years ago now. And I'm just really excited to be able to share that journey with everybody that's a part of LPT and everybody that's a part of this family. So make it a great week and make sure you make those plans so that you can come see us at FallCon.